1433. The Indian Ocean. A man lies dying on the deck of a ship that once carried the dreams of an empire. His name is Zheng He. Before Europe knew the world was round, China had already sailed it, and as the ocean carries him home for the last time, he remembers. His memory returns to the strait. Malacca, green jungle, suffocating heat. A pirate king named Zheng held the sea in terror. Zheng He came not to pay, but to end the terror. The battle was swift and absolute. In the chaos, Zheng He boarded the enemy's ship. He saw her, Zheng's sister. Soldiers were about to harm her. Zheng He stepped between them. He had the power to take everything. He chose to take nothing. She looked into his eyes. In all the men she had known, none were like him. Her brother's world was violence. This man replaced killing with mercy. He freed her brother, gave them land to start again. She fell in love, not with his power, with his mercy. Then a sound. She hummed a lullaby, the same melody his mother had sung. In the mountains of Yunnan, far from any ocean, a boy named Ma, he listened to his grandfather's stories of deserts, caravans, and a holy city called Mecca. His family were Hui Muslims. His grandfather and father had both made the pilgrimage. The boy dreamed of following their footsteps. He was 10 when they took him from Yunnan. They took more than his home. They took more than his name. She saw the change in his face and did not understand. But she saw it. Something deep inside this man had been broken long ago. Their eyes met, but he could not love her back the way she wanted, because of what was taken from him as a boy. She gave him a token, a family heirloom passed down through generations. He took it. It was all he could take. Then he let her go, not as a captive freed, but as a woman he could not love. Some voyages are outward, some are within. His eyes lift from the token to the flag above. Memory surges again. It began with a hand. In the cold of the palace, one person saw him, not a servant, but a person. Prince Zhudi. From that day, the boy followed the prince. The prince gave him a new name, Zheng He. A boy who had lost everything met a prince who had everything yet wanted more. The bond between them would change the world. In 1402, Zhu took the throne. He dreamed a dream no Chinese emperor had dreamed before. He ordered the construction of the largest fleet the world had ever seen. 300 ships, 27,000 men. And he chose one man to lead them all. Not a general, not a noble, a man who had been a slave. A man who knew what it meant to lose everything and rebuild. July 1405. The treasure fleet set sail. 317 ships, 27,800 men. They brought silk and porcelain, tea and medicine. They brought seeds and tools and knowledge. They did not bring chains. In an age when every fleet that left port left to conquer, this fleet left to connect. Diplomacy, not conquest. This was Zheng He's way. In Sri Lanka, he erected a stone carved in 3 languages, Chinese, Tamil, and Persian. 1 stone, 3 faiths, 1 respect. The fleet sailed farther than any Chinese had sailed before. Past India, past Ceylon, past the white cities of Arabia, and then Africa, at Malindi, on the coast of Kenya. The Chinese met a people who had never seen a ship so large. And the Africans showed the Chinese something they had never seen at all. The Chinese called it Qilan, a mythical creature of peace. In every port, the pattern was the same. They brought silk and porcelain. They received spices and treasures. They brought midwives, not soldiers. Where others would have planted flags, Zheng He planted seeds. 600 years later, descendants on the Kenya coast still carry 17% East Asian DNA. The ocean remembers. (1431) the seventh and final voyage. Zheng He is 60 years old, but he carried a personal mission. Mecca, the holy city his grandfather described by firelight. The dream of a 10-year-old boy, finally fulfilled by a 60-year-old man. He knelt, not as admiral, as his grandfather's grandson. 3 generations dreamed. Only one would see it. On the return journey, he fell ill. The token was one woman. The flag was the whole mission. His whole life. He chose the flag. Every single time. Some voyages are outward. Some are within. His eyes are still open. And he sees the treasure ships burning. His captains scattered. The records thrown to fire. The shipyard silent. He sees it all. The future he cannot stop. His hand opens. The token slips. The ocean takes it. His eyes close. Zheng He was gone. And then everything vanished. The new emperor ordered the fleet burned. 300 ships turned to ash. The records destroyed. The maps burned. As if none of it ever happened. China closed its doors to the sea. 50 years later, Columbus set sail with 3 tiny ships, thinking he had discovered something new. But on African beaches, Chinese porcelain was already embedded in coral walls. On the coast of Kenya, children still carry the blood of sailors from 600 years ago. The fleet is gone. The records are ash. But the ocean remembers. Columbus is remembered for what he took. Zheng He is remembered for what he gave. If they ever tell this story, let them say, there was a man who sailed the world, not to conquer it, but to connect it. He did not plant a flag. He planted a seed, and is still growing.